Hi everyone, and welcome to an edition of Gabe News Reviews, and today we're going to be discussing the fall looks for 2021 from all the fashion runways. So if you guys are interested and you want to see what they are and what for hair and makeup for fall, then stick around. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. And to my subscribers, I love you all and I think you're all wonderful and fabulous, and I'm so glad that you're here. So anyway, so let's dive into it. So before I get started, I just want to say that you know, in the 90s, it was a fashion runway was what really pretty much determined like all of your color stories and everything, what cosmetic brands did. And I still think to this day, a lot of what is going on the runways dictates what's going to be in fashion. And you guys are going to really be surprised that Auntie Pat, you know, has always been a big influence on the fashion industry, and she is extremely busy and has been doing, and you will see she has been in quite a few of these shows and have been doing quite a bit, but she's always been very insightful and been very influenced by what she does in fashion, as well as other brands are. So let's get into it. Okay, so if you guys see me looking down, I have notes. So I have notes down here, so it's kind of like, you know, kind of like a newscaster. So I'm kind of like here. So anyway, so if I'm looking down a lot, that's what it is. But see over here, you should be able to see the pictures and everything. So I'm going to put everything over here beside me. So anyway, so here we go. So let's start with Milan. So so for Ferragamo, the body was dipped in silver and it was and covered in platinum. And it had, so basically the whole body, or one of the models, maybe not all of them, was just the last model, was dipped in silver with platinum. And then they did cherry, like a red lip with silver around the edges of the mouth, which I thought was really cool. So kind of like a candy apple lipstick. And then next is Valentino, and the makeup artist was Miss Auntie Pat. And it was a classic scarlet lips with ultra edgy liquid liner over pencil, and for an intense black look. So there was hair, was bangs, with side swept ones with blunt fringes and super short baby doll looks. And then there was big bows. Big bows were a big thing. So that was another one that was also included, not in Valentino, but in the runway shows. So for Dolce & Gabbana, it was also Auntie Pat. She also did that show. And it was more of a 90s meets the future. It was electric blue. There were electric blue mullets, ombre red lips, and neon coral accented black winged liner. So basically the black wing was kind of like, it was a wing, and then there was coral accented over the top of it, and then the blue mullet, and then the ombre red lips. So it had like an ombre effect in the middle. And then Max Mara. Am I saying, is it Mara or Mara? I think it's Max Mara. I think that's how you say it, Mara. So smoky smudges, groomed brows, barely mascara, and olive green shadow, which was really kind of simple, but yeah, elegant, but it had an edge to it. And then again, for Prada, Miss Auntie Pat did that one as well. And it was a slicked back hair. It was brushed back down with a natural texture, with metallic shadows of gold and silver. Other fashion in Milan as well that were like that, was bedazzled butterflies, bold up brows, graphic eyes, and taupe eyeshadow. We have Paris, of course, because we have to follow Milan with Paris. So the first one up was Paco Rabanne, and again, Auntie Pat did that show as well, and she did windblown scarlet flush cheeks, which she came out with a brand new blush, so it just kind of fits, and there was, and hair waves was like as far as the Paco Rabanne show goes, was more of a hair wave with the flush cheeks. And then next up is Mossy, I think it's Mossy or Masai, was Bantu knot and black lipstick, and that was by makeup artist Marieke Boulette. And Chanel, it was blunt bangs, black eyeliner with a sootiness to it, and the makeup artist was Lucia Priya. And then for Bauman, it was bleached brows, which I don't have any brows, so I just took brows off. So there you go. It looks like it's bleached, but it's not. And then black wing liner, and that was Isamaya French was the makeup artist for Ballman. So for Dior, it was Peter Phillips was the makeup artist. Peter usually always does the makeup for Dior normally. It was Incomplete Smoky Eyes with the 098 single black bow matte shadow that he uses. So it was kind of like, so they were just kind of like halfway done, and they were just kind of smudged out, and not much more. For I cannot pronounce this. I'm going to mess this one up. Giambista Volley, pearls and aura eyes. So there was pearls up in the headband, up across the head, and then it was aura pigmented eyes and brows. So there was like different types of colors and auras in the brows, and on the eye. Schiaparelli was 90s beauty. So basically it was thick black liner with beige toned nude lipstick with a little bit of a darker outline to it, with just a little bit of a darker liner, and then it was voluptuous waves in the hair with a lot of stacked barrettes in Versace. We got Versace going on. So Versace, again, it was Mama McGrath. Auntie Pat also did that one as well, and it was rainbow wings with coppery auburn hair. Gigi Hadid was one of the main models, and they actually did a blunt with a coppery auburn hair look on her, and they did aqua wing liner. So it was kind of like a very colorful liner, nude gloss, and then on the rest of the models, it was more of a reddish fuchsia eye makeup. Next in line was Nina Ricci, and it was blunt braids and hidden lipstick. And so there were and there were blunt bobs as well. And then there were holographic beams on the skin. So it made it look, so they did this unique way of the way that it kind of hit the skin. It made it look like they didn't have any makeup on at all, but really they did, but it was all on the high points of the faces and stuff. So it's really kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. And on the low runway, we had Auntie Pat once more, timeless tucked bobs with sublime skin, which we know Auntie Pat is known for, natural pigments that mimic natural shadows on the face. So basically she took the way that she made the shadows, she made shadows look on the face, and when it hit it, it made it look very natural, like they didn't have anything on, and their skin just looked glowy. And then Mark Fast was the disco eyes, which I have right here. See the disco ball eyes, except mine is a little bit more on the gold side, but his was silvery eye makeup with the glitter in behind the lashes, and sleek side parts as far as the hair goes. And then other types of fashion was rough rouge, which was like a really, really heavy rouge, which really blushy and flushy on the cheeks, and then a really heavy fuchsia type flush to it. Into New York. So we're in NYC. And first up is Kristen Siriano. And of course, my beloved Erin Parsons was actually the makeup artist there. I love her. If you should follow her on Instagram, she is just amazing. I just love watching her, and I love her Instagram. It's just so wonderful. And she just seems like such a wonderful person. And she's so into vintage makeup. And so I just really love it. So anyway, she was the makeup artist for Kristen Siriano. And the look for him was ringed braids and golden eyes with wings of bronze liner. And then in LBV was disco blue eyes, and that was done by makeup artist Charlie Riddle. And it was coated blue liquid eyeshadow. So it was just a very, very heavy blue eyeshadow all over the lid. And then Kristen Cowan was bejeweled lilac eyes with lavender. It was kind of more of a lavender eye with very silvery gems on them, which was really, really cool. Kim Shi was it was all about loops and hoops. So it was all about more of a loopy hoop and very loop as far as hair goes. And then Jonathan Sinkhaya. I can't say his name, but Sink High, maybe. Is that how you say Sink High? It was makeup artist Courtney Perkins did with middle parts with vampy lips and really, really glowy skin. Vampy lips. It's like mine is not as super plum as some of the models were, but I wanted to do a really dark brown lip today, so I did the vampy lip with the radiant skin. And then Alice and Olivia, makeup artist Jessie Butterfield, she did goth eyes and gilded updos. Well, she didn't do the hair, but she did the makeup. So it's kind of a preppy meets goth theme, and they did black liner all over, and then they buffed out the edges, and then they followed it with like a very coordinating eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow kind of matched the liner. So it was more of like a black kajal liner. So it's really cool. And then Rebecca Minkoff for nails was the yin yang nails. So they're like the really pretty cool yin yang, kind of half and half with like the pink in it. And I thought that was really cool. I had to throw that up there because I thought that was a cool nail. And then Anna Sweet, of course, Auntie Pat once more did it again. She did shimmering green shadow into the creases with her Sublime Mothership palette in 2, and then single red rhinestones on the sides of the lid. On the outer sides of the lid, and then they followed it with like a 60s flip. And then with Libertine, they did kohl liner and crimson lips. Very heavy kohl liner with very, very bright crimsony lips. And Adeem, it was all about the headscarves. So headscarves were really, really in. And then, saving the best for last was Miss Victoria Beckham. And Lucia Pirioni is the one that did the makeup for Victoria. And they did it with the satin gajal liner in ash. And it was more of like a lid thin liner. So whenever you kind of put it on, it looked like it was kind of like all over your face. It was that very heavy, smudgy, smoky kind of look with all of the below. But that was it. It was all about it was just about the liner. That was it. The model, it was all about blunt bangs, and it was all about like a bed head texture too to the hair. So if you guys can see, it was a lot about mullets. It was a lot about bangs. It was a lot about headscarves. It was all about hoops. Braids were really in, crimson lips, anything kind of more on the darker side, more of that more dramatic lip, a red lip, a very, red lips were really in. That was really, really in. Really, really flushy blush. But you got to understand too, when you see these kind of sort of, when you're looking at fashion and you're looking at these, it's like just one thing makes a statement. So you don't need to go in and do 5 different types of, like this. Like I've got like 4 or 5 different looks going on me at one time. You only really need to do one look. So if you do a crimson lip, then that pretty much is what you would do. That's your statement. The same thing if you do a really flushy blush, that's pretty much your statement. If you do like a bleached brow, that would be a statement. So just remember that fashion is all about a statement, and one thing is sometimes better than a bunch of different things. So you don't need to do a whole bunch at one time. So you can just do a braid and do a lip gloss, and in a certain kind of braid, or get it's all about the blunt bangs. The bangs are really, really in, so that was really cool. I thought bangs, I like bangs, so I think it's kind of cool. I like to see the bluntness. The mullets, I'm not really feeling the mullets. I really don't know what was going on with the mullet. The mullet thing was really big this season. I don't know what was going on with that, but it's like, I really don't see real women wearing mullets anymore. I guess for fashion, it's kind of cool, but I don't get the mullet thing. I just never really understood that. So that was like, okay, well, that was just one trend that I just didn't really see coming. But a lot of smokiness, of course, that is fall, and, taupe and green olive eyeshadow and metallics and glitter and like the disco ball look. So all of these are just really cool. I just think fashion is just so fun, and I just think fashion shows are fun. And I just wanted to just share this with you guys because I just really just have this love for and a passion for this. So I just think it's really cool that we just kind of know what the trends are. So you can just kind of have fun with it, you know. And I know fall is not here just yet. I know that we're still in the middle of summer, but you know, in the fashion world, you know, we're already, you know, in September when they do the fashion shows again, they're going to be showing spring. So it's like, so, and the same thing with makeup. Makeup is like they've already got their fall collections out already. You know, by October, Christmas collections are out, and usually by January, most of the spring collections are out. So I mean, so if you're following fashion, you know, it's always ahead of us. So just to kind of throw it out there, just so you guys have a little bit of information and you just know what's going on if you haven't caught up or if you haven't paid attention to any of the fashion trends. So anyway, so I'm so glad to have shared this with you guys. I hope that you like this. You know, please, you know, leave comments down below. Let me know what you think of this. If you like these kind of little sort of things, then just let me know. And then maybe every season I can kind of give you a little heads up of like what's going on, like what the holiday look is going to be like and all that kind of stuff. So you can just keep you in the know, spring, you know, yada, yada. So anyway, just let me know. And with that, you know, just remember, you know, be safe, you know, be strong, you know, be proud, stand tall, you know, love yourself, and, you know, be nice to people. You know, sometimes a little kindness can go a long way. And, you know, with that said, you know, peace out, guys. I'm so glad to have spent this time with you and hope you guys have a wonderful day. And we will see each other again in the next episode. Bye-bye. Hi, everyone. What's going on? Hi everyone, and welcome to the Gabe's News Reviews Fashion Report 2021.